issue of asset declaration. Asset declaration is a key requirement of our law. It requires that all those within the three branches of government will declare the asset. The law requires that once you assume office, within 30 days or thereof, you should be a government that actually not comply with the asset declaration regime that is being implemented by the Anti-Corruption Commission and being monitored by the Office of the Ombudsman. We find today that there are 29 representatives that are yet to declare the asset. Because of that failure to declare the asset, we are accordingly rating the Speaker of the House of Representatives to have the representative suspended. Yes, salary. The legislature will comply with the law because it is required that all public officials are to be in obedience to the law, like Section 4.1 of the Code of Conduct means at all times public officials they are to abide by all laws, regulations, and norms of this country. Despite of that law, representatives have failed to declare the asset as required by law. Hence, those represented names were currently submitted to the Speaker. We expect the Speaker to comply by the ruling of the Office of Ombudsman. To ensure that the 12 senators who are yet to declare the asset as at July 4th will be a coordinated section by the college to have been suspended until their asset. The Honorable Ellis Tyler from Wyoming County, the Honorable Simeon Taylor of Cape Mount 3, the Honorable Boto Kamen of Babylon 4, the Honorable Zoe Penner of Grand Gilead, the Honorable Thomas Y. Nimland of Grand Gilead.
Well, good afternoon from the event service of the Blaze Communications Network. Today is Wednesday, and of course, it is the 6th of July, AD 2025. It is a pleasure to welcome you to yet another fascinating edition of the program, The Roundtable. Good afternoon and welcome, whatsoever you are. And you tune in. This is your most informative educative and interactive radio program that comes on air from Mondays to Fridays, only on Blaze Radio 90.7 in the city of Painesville. I would like to apologize for us not bringing you the program for the past 2 days. My colleague Oliver has been so busy behind the scene, and I've been out of time. We have to go and look for the news. So, as part of the job, we've been so busy and we were unable to inform you as to why we were not bringing the program. But it's better late than never. Good afternoon. Welcome to it. And invite someone to listen along if you're there in Maryland, in Sinod, in Grand Gita, in Riwaji. I'd like to say welcome. Indeed, it is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a tough without accepting it. The man who asks a question is a fool for a meaning. The man who does not ask is a fool for his entire life. Indeed. Welcome as you invite someone to listen along on the round table. Our thoughts on national issues across Liberia, words from our sponsors, including our talking point, are all constituted to make today's edition of the program, The Round Table, the wonderful and successful one this afternoon. And all you can do is to invite someone to listen along. My name is Archie C. Bob Yene. I'm your presenter. Indeed, the Sina Group Limited and the Bokon Jide group of companies are our sponsor for this program, and you can do the same. Be a sponsor. You can join the team to sponsor this program. We will promote your businesses or every other adventure you are into right on this platform. So good afternoon. It's wonderful to be here. And let me say a wonderful birthday greetings out there for you, our director of programs, the man Clifton Rennie, Alex DJ Majority. He celebrates his birthday today. On behalf of the production team and the management and staff of the station, we'd like to say happy birthday to you as you celebrate your new age. This wonderful, wonderful day. So welcome. What are we looking at? We take this break of our team song and be right back. So let me say welcome back to the program, The Round Table, right here on Blaze Radio 90.7 with me, Archie, who is following Inc. for the one from Sanicoli, Sidenback County. Thank you as you follow from Nemac County. And those of you following, you can leave. But there is this trending information. There is this trending information about an alleged armed robbery activities that took place, or that an armed robbery attempt that took place today at the Echo Bank. Let me bring you this. Says attempted armed robbery. A man identified as Emre Johnson has been arrested after attempting to arm rob EcoBank 11th Street Sinker branch. A private security officer assigned to the EcoBank branch on 11th Street Sinker has confirmed an attempted armed robbery incident involving an attack on the bank teller Wednesday morning. According to the cigar officer, the suspect, who was well dressed, entered the private banking hall and on the upper floor carrying a firearm and a can sort of pepper spray uh, concealed in the bag during an attempt about the armed robbery pushed the teller in the eyes using two fingers. While attempting to use the pepper spray, the teller raised an alarm, uh, prompting a swift response from the law enforcement officers. The alarmed suspect was subsequently apprehended by the police. And so that's the information today from the Echo Bank uh, in Cinco 11th Street. But there is a contract information to that incident as well. Uh, we have been following up since that incident took place, and one of the influential says the alarm today and the person in custody of the police. The information was false. It is misleading, but we yet to verify whether it is false or not, because it is also it is being alleged that the suspect, the attempted suspect, uh, is in problem with his wife, and his wife is also a teller to that bank. And what is to my knowledge is that the two partners have been in some level of misunderstanding, and the wife going to work, and it seems that the fiancé or the husband in question went there, to confront the wife as to on one or two that's been happening. But hey, as it stands, we are not saying that the information is false nor is misleading. But what we are saying is that there are some level of contradictions and some uh, verification or investigation that needs to be done by the Liberian National Police. So there are still information and investigation going on as to what really transpired, right? So there are too many things surrounding that incident. Joseph Tama, good afternoon. My brother, Joseph Tama, following from my resident at Rehab Community. Thank you. He's one of our ardent followers. Share our live coverage. And the individual suspect in question, we are told he is Mr. Johnson is one of Liberia's best medical genetics, a guest lecturer at the A.M. Doherty School of Medicine and a lecturer at the University of Liberia Graduate School. He holds a master's degree in medical genetics from Sapro. That armed robbery story, like we said, is what's still going on. So we are told that the individual in question is a graduate from Sapro. He is a lecturer at the Doherty, a guest lecturer at the Doherty Medical School, and he's also a lecturer at the University of Liberia. and and so there is a proper need that more investigation continue on this matter as to who is ready, saying what is the actual information circulating, that because the individual whose photo is being speculated all on social media, there are people who are testifying that he's not seem resemble the person to be a criminal or a person of that nature. But how be it, there's these days you don't predict what a person is, or what is the attitude of that person, or what intention. Only investigation can prove whether he was or he is an armed robber or went to make an attempt to arm rob, because that's what the story has been uh, since this morning. So, those of you just joining, this is the round table on Blaze Radio 90.7. On today's edition, we will be looking at we will be looking at so many issues today. There are trending issues happening across the country, and we will be looking at that. Look, there are some folks of the Unity Party led government. Every time we don't find pleasures in speaking about the ills of the government every time if the government is doing good. But if you speak against a certain thing yesterday and today you are doing it, you feel it's okay, then that means something must be wrong somewhere. Or you must be under the influence of a particular, curse that you will not understand what the reality of life should be. So we will be talking about the luxurious life that has been lived by folks in the Unity Party led government. We will also be talking about the selfish and personal interests of how folks in the Unity Party government want everything about this government should be only about them. And look, this is not just about Unity Party. It is an age-old problem that if Liberians cannot resolve and resist from that, it will always cause problem for people. Tony James Kaba, he's my colleague. Thank you for following. He says following, buddy. Thank you. Acknowledge, your presence here. So we will be looking at these things today. Back then, during George Weah administration, you find Eugene Nangbe eating luxurious food, living luxurious life, riding big cars, people washing cars with champagne, and we spoke about these things. They were ills of the society that we spoke of. These things are still happening. Is it occurs on Liberia that when people take on state power, their brains, their entire attitude, their entire livelihood change, and it gets indoctrinated into what they were not into? We don't know what is the problem with leaders in Liberia. So we're going to talk about that at a later time. And we will also talk about how hateful the folks in the Unity Party are to their fellow Liberians. How hateful they are. There are too many hates in this administration for Liberians. I don't want to say opposition, but I mean Liberians, because this is not about opposition anymore. We are not in electionary period. This is not the time of election. 2029 will reach. 2023 was back then, and it was election time. So everything that happened was done based on opposition basis. Now that you are in government, there's no need for opposition in position. You support my political party, you didn't support this political party, so you need not to get job. You need to get job because you support political party. Why it is true they have their saying that says political rewards are not in heaven, they are right here on earth. But equally so, the constitution of our country gives every Liberian the right to exercise their political franchise, and it gives every Liberian the right to enjoy and live peacefully. And it gives everyone the right to get job based on how qualified and competent you are and not based on political basis and sentiments. These things, we're going to talk about that. Because if we cannot say it, it will continue to happen and it will happen, and it continue to happen. George Weah government pass. Joseph Boakai government is here, it will pass. And any other person that comes after this government, it will continue to happen. And people who are qualified and competent, who are supposed to get job as to what they know, they will never be getting that. And they will be strangulated. And the country will continue to go backward instead of up progressing, will continue to retrogress. So if we cannot say these things as Liberians, then I don't think we mean well for our country. We'll take this break from our sponsor, Ramfeld Dodo. Thank you. He's following us from Nimba County. Share our life. We're going to take this break and be right back. Right after the break, we're going to dive into what we have for you here this afternoon on the round table. My name is Archie Say Bob Yende, and I'm here alone presenting. For some time, I'm going to be lonely here because my colleague Oliver is running up and down on one or two that needed to be set to. But I'll take this break and be right back.
Hey there! Have you heard about Sina Group Limited? Sina Group Limited is a reliable, efficient, and water drilling expert, specializes in deep borehole drilling, pump installation, and water system maintenance to ensure you have access to clean and sustainable water anywhere, anytime. Services we offer include water well drilling and installation, site assessment and planning, detailed evaluation of potential drilling site. We carry out installation of well casing to prevent contamination, grapple packing to stabilize the well, and proper slim to maintain water quality. We also provide pump testing and other evaluation to determine the capacity and sustainability of our water source. We recommend and install appropriate pump systems such as submersible and jet pumps. We connect the pump to the overall water supply network, including storage and distribution systems. We also do scheduled maintenance and prompt repairs to ensure optimum performances and longevity of the pump system. We carry on inspection and evaluation of older or underperforming wells to identify issues such as casing damage. That's not all. At Sina Group Limited, we do systematic collection of water samples from various points in the supply system, ensures compliance with health standards, and confirm portability. We provide expert guidance on water supply system design, including optimal well placement, pump sizing, and integration with local infrastructure. The Sina Group Limited manages the full life cycle of water project from initial assessment and design to execute and post-installation support, ensuring projects are delivered on time and within a budget. With our cutting-edge technology, we utilized the most advanced drilling equipment. The Sina Group Limited trusted clients include UC, U.S. Embassy, Geeks, and many more. Contact us today at our regional office near Zone 3 Police Station, Tottenham Boulevard, Congo Town, Liberia, or call us on the following cell numbers: 0777 393 950 or 0888 701 391, or email us at info@sinagrouplimited.com. Visit our website at www.sinagrouplimited.com. Sina Group Limited, the expert in well drilling in Liberia, is here for you.
Yes, so the revolution is here. This one here is very new. I mean, they want that all you been waiting for. The Guinea can make everybody to win and force everybody to be a millionaire. They want it will make more boy uno turn into car uno. A car uno umpa, they will be having plenty car. And if you renting, God, you will turn into a home uno. In July 2025, we're changing the Liberia gaming landscape. We're changing by fire by force. And we'll change for the better. Every hour millionaire will be made. From 8 in the morning to midnight. Imagine playing with small money and winning 1,000 times the amount you play. And if you not win, you will get some of your money right back. Oh yes, that the reason we call it a revolution. And it will be on this radio station here. From the corridor of Radio Entertainment Liberia, here comes the newest addition. Watch out. We coming on. Play small, win big, yeah, that's the way. Every hour, every moment, every single day.
Indeed, welcome back to the round table right here on Blaze FM 90.7 with me, Archie Sebop Yen. And it's good to have you listened and watch us via Facebook and YouTube right here this wonderful afternoon. So you listen to our sponsors and you can be part of them. We will also promote your businesses and every other adventures you are into here on this platform. But here we go. Here we go. Right? So, like I said, we have a couple of things to talk about. One, the issue of people getting jobs, uh, people being assisted based on political alliance, political affiliation in our country. It has, caused serious problem, and it continue to cause problem for our country. Here is what I will use as a case study, to discuss this particular situation. Those of you watching us, you will see this on our screen. The Nimba County, Sandy, thank you for watching way there in Abidjan. Thank you. He's following us from Abidjan, La Côte d'Ivoire. This is Yeke Sekui, who is the operation manager at LPRC. Yeke Sekui. I want to use his post, his recent post, as a case study to what we're discussing today. Of recent, the Nimba County Sports Steering Committee went ahead to appoint a coach for their county sports steering committee that will steer the affairs of the county team for the upcoming county meet. And our issue is not about who was appointed or who was not appointed or what the county meet should be. That we are not talking about the county meet, but a comment that was made following the pronouncement of the county's head coach by someone who claims to be a son of the source, someone who claimed to be a loyalty to his party and is having, in fact, he's currently holding one of the biggest positions now in this country as an operation manager at the LPRC, making statements that are demeaning, making demeaning statements against people only because they did not support Unity Party. Now, here is what he said after the coach was being appointed. Yeke Sekui says the same Benzema, because the coach who was appointed name is Benzema, the same Benzema who previously made worse, nasty, and disrespectful comments about the people of Nimba, who was involved in an incident after the 2023 election that attacked Nimba County people in Peace Island community, has now been handpicked by Afonso Glader for reason best known to himself. But we will never allow our county to pray to them. And he says, read my lip, we will not resist them. And I can read the next one because I can say that. So we are now saying before you get involved with any other activity in this country, in this particular country, you must be a loyalist to a particular party, to a particular individual, to a particular group of people before you be involved with any other things in this country. That's what we say. Yeke Sekui, who is at LPRC holding lucrative position, that I can freely say he does not meet requirement for position of such, will be making these statements against people. And this is not just about Yeke. Yeke is just one of those. But look, this has now become the tradition of our body politics now in Liberia, that if you are qualified, you cannot get job because you did not support Party X, Party Y, and Party Z. This is now the scenario in Liberia that people cannot get job based on qualification. This has become the tradition that in Liberia, if you are not a loyalty or a loyalist to President Joseph Boakai, you cannot get job. If you are not a loyalist to Unity Party, you cannot get job. Those were things that happened in previous administration. George Weah, it happened. And people criticized them. People talking about love Liberia, build Liberia. Is this how we're going to build and love Liberia? Is this how we're going to think about Liberia? How can you think about your country when the citizens are not enjoying the fruit of the country? They are not enjoying and they're not being part of the national cake only because they are not loyalty to a particular political party, or because during election time they did not support you, and because of that, whether they are qualified or not, they cannot be involved in the affairs of your government. To the extent that people who are in government, who are supposed to be role models for people who claim to be leader, who people should be seen as an example, will be going so low, we stood so low, to the extent that they be making statements that does not represent what they're supposed to be. Yeke just made this. There are a lot of them who say these things. They are on social media. This is why people say, oh, you wish harm people. If you go to government positions today, to Central Bank, Aloysius Tally was there. Because he was brought there by George Weah, they say, oh, Aloysius only report singular this, that, and that. Today, the government has to pay him, took him from job, put another person who is believed to be a relative to the president. Similar thing at the Liberia telecommunication. the post and telecommunication. Today you have patrol hunters and others who are there based on party connections. Who is how educated is Yeke Sekwi, for example, that's supposed to be holding a lucrative position in this country, and is not thinking how he will equip himself that he will be maintained in these positions, whether government come or not, or maintaining his character as a young person, but be there denigrating and posting diminishing things about his fellow young men. These things are not supposed to be happening. You should not be witch hunting your fellow young men only because you have the political connection, only because you feel you are connected with hierarchies of government, people who run the affairs of the country. That shouldn't be. People should not be getting job on those bases. Get job based on what you know and not who know you. And this is the worst case now in Liberia. If you are not connected, that means you cannot make it. If you did not run campaign, people still holding campaign malice against their fellow colleagues. When you appoint them to a certain job and they will take screenshots, conversations between them and saying, they say, look, I let me were tagging out during campaign time. During the campaign time, I made this post. Should we still be living like we are still in the dark days? Those are reasons people were haunted during the civil crisis. People who felt that they were not on the same path. They haunted their fellow young people during the civil crisis for no reason. Many people who you see today that died, and many people who you see that killed their fellow young people or their friends and other relatives during the Civil War, those are some of the reasons. They mark them, hold them at heart. Is the older person we're not supporting you? Or you make, or by that time we were all there, you say, this is what thing against me. So today I'm a turn. And you have the power. Look, Unity Party has spoken about reconciliation. The National Healing Festival was held just last month, talking about unity, talking about healing and letting people forget about the past. Reconciliation. We just held the National Day of Prayer. And as part of the president's proclamation, he's talking about reconciliation. That was one of the major people for the fast and prayer day the other day, just right here in July, about praying so that we can reconcile. Where is the reconciliation we are talking about? How can you reconcile Liberians when people in the government, hierarchies of the government, still witch hunting their fellow colleagues, still singling their posts, their social media posts, their activities, and showing that to you on the basis that they cannot be awarded jobs? How then can we reconcile ourselves? How then can we reconcile Liberia? How can Liberians be reconciled? How? There are looming crises that we need to be talking about. There are problems that we need to be talking about. There are bread and butter issues, bad roads connectivity, poor health care, poor education. We need to be talking about how Liberia can improve in this path. How Liberia can be on with other country in terms of healthcare delivery, in education. How are we thinking about reconciling Liberians for the growth and development and unity of Liberia when you still have political malice in your heart? This very malice that has disbound the entire country. The entire country is disbounded. We are no more together. Liberians are no longer together. The unity, the cultural heritage is no longer seen because politics had killed the fabric of this beloved country that we say the love of liberty brought us here. And that's why the orator spoke the other day. He said, there is a need that the president set up a committee to revisit the motives of our country, because we cannot say unity, the love of unity, of liberty brought us here, and there's no unity since. How can liberty be existing when there's no unity? And we can say these things. When you say it, they say, oh, man, you opposition, man, you let it go, man. It's not about lacking government or who lacking individual. Government cannot function based on political affiliation. Those are reasons the judiciary system is on a question mark. Those are reasons people don't have confidence in the police. Those are reasons the poor people feel that they cannot go to court, because they feel if they go there, they are not connected. They don't have the connection. And because of that, Liberia will continue to retrogress. Folks, if you're just joining us, this is the round table. This is the table we sit on to discuss issues that confront Mama Liberia. If we cannot say it, our children, the great-grandchildren, will ask us tomorrow, at your age, what was your contribution to the looming crisis today we are faced with? Liberia is in crisis, and that crisis is disunity. Liberia is in crisis, and that crisis is political witch hunt. Liberia is in crisis, and that crisis is dishonesty, the lack of love for one another. And if we can rethink our decisions, if we can rethink and recalibrate ourselves and see how we can unite as a country. Look, this is a country because of how people feel about themselves. You have a minister, is a journalist. Director is a journalist. Instead of them focusing on what they can do for the country, they sit in our own talk show to be defending. How then government will always be there to defend? If government is doing well, no need to be defending. No need to create all of the talk shows. No need to be on all of the radio stations and hold them to yourself and become a journalist on your own. You blow your own trumpet. It tells you that there's nothing serious. It tells you that things are not right. Look, Liberia needs serious deliverance. This country needs prayer. This country needs serious prayer. It needs deliverance. It needs deliverance. Because even you take Joseph Boakai today, you bring different press. This very same situation. In fact, let's begin from Madam Eddie Johnson Sirleaf, from our post-war. So Madam Eddie Johnson said he came there. Seminary was still in existence. George Weah came. Seminary. People targeted people because they were not supporters of CDC. They were not supporters of CDC. They could not get a job. Today, the very same thing is happening under the very watch of the Unity Party-led government again. Only because they are not Unity Party supporters. They are not alliance political party. If you're in position and you speak the ills of the government, they take you from job. That has become the culture of our country. If you are not indoctrinated politically, and if you are not a loyalist to the government, you cannot get a job. A hint to a word is enough, and it's quite sufficient. That's all I can say about that, and it's up to you to tell us when we open the line at a later time. You will give your views to some of these issues. Now, we talked about people living luxurious life. We talked about people, criticizing people about living big life, enjoyable life, right? You know the Oma in the market when you say luxurious, maybe she will not understand it. People living big life, riding big cars, eating good foods that you, the common people, are not eating. People were criticized few years ago, few months, just a year ago because of that. I can remember seeing Eugene Nangbe, who was currently the special assistant of former President George Weah. The man was sitting in luxurious restaurant, eating good food. And the very folks today who are in government criticize that. Akaros Gray took his wedding celebration to France when the people of District Number 8 were suffering by then. And based on that, the people voted him out. George Weah rode private jet. People criticized that. And based on that, the Liberian people took him from power. They said, look, you cannot be living at the expense of Liberians. And I think that was those are some decisions that people made because of how they felt their lives were going. Those are decisions. Some are toward and they took them from job. Nathaniel McGill, other people say they were not good to be minister. They took them, they gave them senatorial job. Today, has these things finished? No. Are people still eating, I don't know, lobster, how you call it, crab, lobster, or are people still eating that? Are people still driving luxurious car? Are people still swimming in swimming pools? Are people still flashing money like they are wasting toys? What is the life condition of Liberians? Are people still building luxurious homes at the expense of the common people? Yes, these things are still happening. These things are still happening. Look, I will use this as a case study, right? I'm gonna play this. Let me get this. Cornelius Kura, who is a deputy minister at the Ministry of State. She is, I'm going to bring this to the screen. Those of you watching, I want you to see this. Cornelius Kura, who is a deputy minister at the Ministry of State. In no time, in less than 2 years, has almost completed mansion for herself. Where did she get the money from? How much is she being paid at the Ministry of State? See this. Those of you watching, this is the house Cornelius Kura is building in less than no time. And the small house she living in, right by that. This is house Cornelius Kura, who is a deputy minister of state in the office of the president. But yet we talk about accountability. Yet we talked about transparency. And those are people who are violating the code of conduct on a daily basis. Tomorrow, we will be here tomorrow. We're going to talk about the ombudsman decision, the recommendations from the ombudsman, what they have recommended, names they have recommended for punishment, for those they are fined, those they want to be dismissed, who still hold party loyalty, and still in government. Tomorrow we're going to talk about that. Cornelius Kruger, who her father is a minister of labor. This is what she built in no time. Yet, people talked about George Weah building condominium. Yet, people criticize other people. Look, Patrick Honda, right here at LTA, was seen on social media, splashing money, flashing money. People say, oh, that Tony, that $50 man was flashing. Are you thinking of how many Liberians are hungry? Are you thinking about how many Liberians going to be on a daily basis and they cannot eat? This is the very same Patrick Honda whose generator is making $3,000 and has always been in the news for financial malpractices since he took over in government. And yet the Senate just confirmed him as a commissioner at the LTA. At the LTA. The Liberia Telecommunication Authority commissioner. Patrick Honda. He's one of those who sit on what they call the class reloader, leaving government functions, becoming journalists for themselves, undermining the work of the media in this very country. But yet we see these things and we cannot say it. If you say it, you become enemy of the state. People buying houses in no time. How did the funds was acquired? You know, that's why Lubumba said, I love him. If you want to get unacquired wealth in Africa, enter African politics. You will get wealth that you did not work for. You will get riches like overnight that you did not work for. These things only happen in Africa. The hungry people who were hungry back then, who have nothing for themselves, will come to power less than a year, less than 2-3 months. It happened here during George Weah, and somebody went to power just less than 3 months. They got Boca for his wealth and washing it with champagne, putting champagne on it while he was then at the Ministry of Mines and Energy. Putting champagne, one of the deputy ministers by then, putting champagne on it while Liberians are hungry. Washing car with champagne. It's still happening in this government. Patrick Honda then still taking by in swimming pool. Cornelius Kruger then still taking by in swimming pool. Mo Ali then still taking by in swimming pool. But yet they're going there saying they are using over 200,000+ to dig a borehole. That today people still suffering from water in Bombay County and other surrounding counties. Even in Monrovia here today, people still don't have active water and sewer. But yet, the guys have built condominiums, living the luxury of life at the expense of the Liberian people. And if you say these things, you become enemy to them. When the president was vice president, he was living in his own home. After they left power, he was still living in his own home. Today, the president has renovated a new home that he bought from people right in the very compound, and have taken the entire property, fenced that. In fact, he has modernized the entire area and living there. People cannot say it. People cannot say it. The same house the president was in when he was then vice president, it is not the same house the president is in currently. Go see the House Speaker Rachel Kuhn. He has renovated his house. In fact, he has increased the fence even more than before. But hey, the lack of mobility for police in Nima County caused the death of 4 people. Only because the suspect wanted to escape, 4 persons died. Go in the rural parts. Today, people say road connectivity. People focus only on Grand Jidar to Nima Road. People focus only on primary roads. But go to the farm and market roads. People are still challenged. The people planting that better board before they bring it to the market, it's already rotting. People are not thinking about that. In as much that the president can get on plane from here, low file is enough. There have been reported $10 million project of the president in his county. In Foya, where he's allegedly building his home of his retirement home. Those were things that were criticized. But yet we're still doing that. We're still seeing it. Why are we praying? We just prayed the other day. The same thing we pray for. Has there been any change? What difference? People still buying homes. People still buying homes. See this house. I'm sorry, those of you listening, you can see the house, but those of you watching can see the house. Mansion. Where they like bring people money. Mansion. But people say they're fighting corruption. Corruption has killed the fabric of Liberian society. And it's so sad. It is very much sad. It is very, very much sad. At this point, we'll continue to say it. And let me take this break. When we come back, we'll open the lines. We take this break very shortly and be right back. When we come back, we'll open the phone lines to get your view. Right? We need to say these things. If we can see it, then we mean nothing. We mean nothing for our country.
Amen. Then when I try again, who can I get to dig me a good well now?
Princess, why are you stressing yourself? Have you tried the Sina Group Limited, the water solution people?
What? Who? Tina Group Limited? Don't want any Babati people again.
No, these are not Babati people. The Sina Group Limited is reliable, efficient, and nobody comes close to them when it comes to water drilling. They specialize in deep borehole drilling, and before they drill, they check to make sure that your well is in a good position. They plan, assess the environment, and create boreholes to reach the right target.
Wow, these people must be professionals.
Of course, they are professionals and the best in town. This is the good part. They carry out routine maintenance and repair work to keep your well in good shape and ensure your pump system is working properly. They recommend the right type of submersible or jet pumps to feed your well.
So where are they located?
One more thing, Princess. The Sina Group Limited can even check your old well and make work again. The Sina Group Limited, they are on Mars. They have cutting-edge technology. Trust me, and they put their mouth where their money is. You can contact them on the following cell numbers: 0777 393950, 0888 701 391. Better still, you can email them on at info@sinagrouplimited.com or visit their website www.sinagrouplimited.com. You can contact them near Zone 3 Police Station on Tottenham Boulevard in Concord Town.
Sina Group Limited, the leaders in water drilling. Tell them we sent you.
Indeed, tell them Blaze FM sent you and do all of your water transaction with them. They can dig your well, renew your well, and do any other water business you want them to do. This is the round table on Blaze Radio 90.7. And folks, we have said it all. It is up to you to make your contribution. Look, the issue about being a partisan before you get job or before you be associated with anything in this country, is bad. People living luxurious life at the expense of the Liberian people. 07779079070 0887 111 Those of you watching us on the call on WhatsApp, +231 888 7750. Cut us. Shot 6. We come to the end of this program. So now the lines are open. The lines are open. We say, oh, people build luxurious houses. We get this person. Good evening. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. What is your name?
Yeah, there's some people like you.
Welcome, Sam. Welcome.
Yeah, right to Yeah, think about this question. Yeah, yeah, monitoring. You know, Mama Labua, I see more people listening. You see, in Labua, I would pity for the people. Yeah, you know, how people, when they go somewhere, as all y'all together, you're eating your cassava and things, but as soon as you get a little job, you know, and it's facing that in Labua, yeah. People, everybody here, we want to elect one person get a situation. You know that when you go for a walk off, and I one country can
one country can win.
Okay, so one person win. You know, everybody will be together. Let the court people carry up go join us and people work on people. So even when you in the government, the family will get away to do it. So by putting people down and then you know, in the setting also leg. And we share in that blood, you know, I always think about 1990. We share in that blood is 2 tracks that will focus on who you can't give, you can't do, yeah, we split it. But now that CDC, that UPO, CDC, no. That must stop it, man. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I get very big, I think, because that blood, I want, use that, I get what I'm on solution. So, go on, you can get me job.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. 07779079070 887 Mama Liberia for every one of us. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
What is your name?
I'm Timothy calling Ria.
Welcome.
Yeah, the making the power will lie. What is that Jordan giving people 7 more all of that take pay to that people era? It's an asset. People don't take pay there. So that's so blah. You know what I'm saying? Why you don't get to the people who don't lie to them? I will get to be there.
Okay.
But we told the people in not be there. We told they say we need to know we not serve some people. It's always condemn people. And nothing sound doing for the country. They just lying to people. They say the bro. How much for gas for now? We're not seeing anything.
Thank you. 777-907-907 887-111-107 887-111-107 +231 888 7750 the round table and make your contribution. So the issue about political party being member of political party before you be part of everything in this country, I swear to God, we will always say it. We'll always discuss about it. If Liberians cannot graduate, people who come into state power, people who have job, look, why would you be witch hunting your fellow young men when you sit in your corridor? You say, ain't see the other man, chief, ain't see the mayor doing the campaign. They may are saying so thing against you. They don't get a man job. And that's the daily activity of our fellow young people. You witch hunt your fellow colleagues only because you two were different, on different line, when politics were around. Forgetting to know that the very politics today is not stable. Tomorrow somebody can be can be useful to you, because who knows what happened tomorrow. The person can join you tomorrow. Not because they didn't support you today, it means they can support you tomorrow. Politics is about convincing the consciousness of any other person to support you. So if you can convince anyone to support you, it doesn't require enemyship. It doesn't. Good evening.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, my name is Ruth calling according to Village.
Topo Village. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to tell you thank you for what you saying the afternoon. Because just what you saying, Papa, that's true. People come to power because you not associate yourself with the other party. They take it from him. They take job for own. They take it for own job. Because you not in the other party. They take it for own job. That's how they put running the whole Liberian. Liberian no more the way we used to be together as one family. Now people they hatred now get too much because of that. Because if the other government come to power, yes, they found it. Yes. Okay. When the poor come to power, they take the other people on job. That what can bring more hatred in the country. Because you see, when the government they came to power, they take all those that job we have brought to power. As my brother said, you are working with Minister of State, they put you down. You know, wrong cafe for Georgia. You just went one day to the man area house and he said, Papa, I'm not working. The man just look at him and gave me a job. They pay him for one job. Now he's jobless. It is not going to put support and the president will not support him. I don't care what you do. And now the president said they came to change. Look at what he's doing, and I was just out of jealousy. They told the other people in power because they sit in the crazy, they pass government for that. What they're doing. Look at what the president paying over. Now. Like taking like report tap the taxpayer money and paying placing over. So corruption just all over my brother, the country just all sat down. We just praying that God will give us good leader in the country. Thank you.
Thank you so much. 777-907-887-11107. Those are numbers you can call on, make your input. Corruption all over in the country, that's what she says. And their corruption, I'm not too sure it will finish anytime soon. Because you still have the very same people recirculating. Good evening.
Hello. Yeah.
What is your name?
I'm Mr. Moses calling from Tingley.
Go ahead.
I'm listening to you kindly, but you know, when it comes to the issue of Nigeria, it's the only home we get, and that's the only property we always share. Yes, Lord. Come on to the minister.
Please lower your radio.
Okay. Whenever you make a session on our government, we should be truthful to ourselves and our human nature. You told the people, see, look at the court, and you cannot even a checkpoint. They must look at the kind of enchanted building the president is paying low for. It's not a personal building for the president. That's a presidential villa for even present president and future president to come.
When they told you that,
excuse me, you're
talking. No. So let me ask you now, because you say I didn't erect checkpoint for the woman. So let me. No, so I'm gonna ask you too now because you still saying it. Yeah. So let me ask you now. When they told you, when they told you there was a presidential villa,
it had rules. Listen, you told the people about taking people from on shore. When it comes to the issue of turning position, why wasn't Tabeco now win a case when it went to the court?
So what happened to the issue of ARA?
On the issue, no, listen.
No, I won't be asking you to. When you're asking me this question, I'll be asking you. What happened to Aloysius Talu?
For the MPP, he's a director for the National Education Registry. Is that a turning position? Is he not stay there? He stayed there.
So
on the issue of EPA, wasn't Tabeco
what is the issue of what happens to Aloysius Talu? No, don't say listing now. You asking question. I want to ask you too. What happened to Aloysius Talu at the central bank? So I don't know what's on other people when you're saying some things. You don't attach reality to that. You're talking about naming other 10 positions. Talk about Aloysius. I think you called yourself. I didn't cut you off. So I don't know why you hang your call. You can call back. Aloysius, who was paid back only because he took government to court. You understand? The issue at the governance commission, Garrison Yedu and all the people there today, those are 10-year position. Has the tenure expired? No. Aloysius Talu at the central bank, his tenure still exists, but it was completed by the current governor. And the person who is there currently is believed to be a relative of the president. So those are things that I don't know. Look, we know you love the party. You love the party, yes. It is a right to love your political party and be a loyalist to them. But equally so, let us learn to be patriotic. We talk about patriotism. So I know you talk. You ask me, I ask you, but you get very off your phone. 07790790788711107. The round table. Here we sit, we discuss Liberian issue without confrontation. We argue the issue. If you disagree, you can disagree. I'm not forcing you to agree with me. Hello. Please slow the radio. Please load the radio and call back. You don't have to agree with what I'm saying. I'm not either asking you. So the issue is we bring these things so that people can be aware of the happiness. Hello?
Hello.
What is your name?
My name is Ellen Cado and I call from the Boulevard.
Go ahead, Ellen.
I listened to the previous two callers. One who made mention of the gigantic building the president is putting up in Nova, and the other one who was trying to argue. So my point is, despite the fact that he's putting up such a building, he should be able to say what he's building this building for. Is it for the country? Is it for the Liberian people? Or it is for his personal gain? In as much as I am a seditious, I'm also against, people just criticizing what Unity Party is doing. So first of all, it doesn't matter what political party you are from, right? There are certain positions, once you are sent to them, your standard of life will change. I'm a seditious, yes. So if I'm to be a minister tomorrow, definitely I'm going to change the place I stay. I will build a home for myself. It will not be as compared to what I have, right? What I used to live in before. So this is going out to the United Party people who used to be all around here criticizing the homes seditious had, the cars they were riding. So what happened out of a sudden in less than 4 years or 3 years, they are also living those kind of lives. So it's just a matter of making a change in your life. Okay. Once you are at a particular level, there are certain things that will change.
Okay. Thank you.
That is my point. Thank you.
Good evening.
Akiba, good evening.
Good evening. What is your name?
Thank you. I come on the HK6. My name is Lawson.
Okay, go ahead, Lawson.
Sagacious wisdom. Achi is good for us in the country. One thing people will say, you will not know the importance of the unsafe last woman when you tear up on the bush and beyond the city. It is because of yeah.
Once you become slave queen to you now.
I tell you. You see, you are the party came to power without a lie. Not of deceptions, rather. Mm-hmm. So you see, look at people say that the past regime was corrupt, and it's true. You said that they were not doing the rebel thing good. Granted, we agree. But now, you're the sound people now will bring you into power. When the sound thing, then you're being. I listen to one girl saying that rather being in Nova County. It is good. He let the time of being on. We thank you. You see, look at the labor minister, Cooper Crack. Look at Cooper Crack. That Cooper Crack should set in such a position in the country as labor. And look at the deputy minister, the minister of state. Look at
his daughter.
Over 26 individuals have violated the core conduct. 26. And you tell Father State his mates there, he wants to pick and choose.
Tomorrow we want to talk about that.
Chairman. Look at the Louis Waterman man. That Louis Waterman you always said the National Police already there. But man, you see the people in our errors. I can tell people, because somebody get there in school, they get university, they take them through and carry on some kind of strategic position. They say they were pastor, through the deny their integrity. Look at it.
Okay.
They kind of a thing. Ati, this kind of thing in the country, I will not sit to allow people to say, brother paying horse in Nova County, in process, brother buying car for his girlfriend, brother doing the work, brother wreck.
Thank you, Lawson. Good evening. I get this person. Hello.
Hello,
What is your name?
this is Ben Ward.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
call from the highway. Yeah. How you do today?
I'm good. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to speak to the point descriptively as it relates to comment made by the other guy who said today people in office or offices they cannot give job to other people because where they are sitting or they are marginalizing people. I want to let you to know this. You are not a novice in this country, meaning a stranger. These things start happening way back and happening. I don't expect people to be
And that's
saying
why I
even
said.
people
That's why I
build.
said earlier. That's why I said earlier. Continue to
Yeah,
happen.
okay. This ain't happen, right? Other people are sitting over there and they don't even look at other people.
Even
Right? Even your own
after this
classmates,
government will still
based
happen.
on several reasons or several ideas. Maybe you are not from the same party. We're not the same party. So, it looks so much funny for people to be making comment on this, but anyway, that those are people, right? We're supposed to be as there. But I just want to attention you to this. I don't think we should be talking about this. There are more important things to be discussed. Thank you so much for the show.
Thank you. 777-907-907. It is 711-107 plus 231-888-577750 for the WhatsApp number. Call and make your input. So I don't know. Somebody spoke of the presidential villa that is being built in Foya, and they're talking about it's built for other president to come, other president come, president go. Look, it is good that these things being built for developmental purposes, but sometimes the intent, the motive for which they are being built, that's why we should be looking as Liberian. Somebody says it's being built when other government come. Have you verified? The government has never come out to say, look, this is a presidential project, a palace that is being built. The government has not said that. In fact, how did this information come out? First of all, you don't know. You have the capital city of Lofa County, Vonjama, that holds the presidential palace because the superintendent compound is the resting place of the president in the county. So if you leave the capital and you want to build a presidential suite in another part of the county, that should be done through the legal and legitimate process. First of all, how was the building process of that contract done? Like, is it under the Ministry of Public Work? No. No. What fundings went there for that project? Is it the president personal project that he's doing as President Baka, personal project that when he's no longer in power, he go there to rest? There are too many things we need to know, and I think I will take upon my time just because of that. But next week, or maybe the weekend edition of this program, to bring you an explicit development on that project in Lofa County, whether that president project or is a government project. 07779079007 777907907 887-111-107. Call and make your input on the round table. So nobody hate anybody, nobody hate political party, but we are saying people should not be, envying one another because they didn't support you. You complain all these things. You say, oh, doing Weirton, people are living a serious life. Doing editor, people saw they did this. The very same thing still happen. The very same thing still happen. People go to luxurious restaurant, eat the best of food, while the massive are hungry. Go to red light. See how many young people selling cold water, selling soft drink. How many young people? When right here the president said, when he wins, nobody will be selling cold water. Hey, please lower your radio. What is your
Hello?
name? What is your name?
Yeah, this is Amos Chidoble calling from Ghana.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for your program. And one of the points I want to pick up is the President Project. If President being a project that owned by the government is going to be pronounced by the government. But I don't think sure that particular holiday being Lofa is the government project, is the President because if the project was for the government and then they were to announce it that old government is being so valid for president or any stranger that go to Lofa country, but he's doing it on his own, so we believe that it is their own project. Thank you.
Okay. The president said, look, no child will be set in cold water in the street. They will go to school. Today, children still under the rain, under the sun. They still set in cold water. Those are things that will never finish in this country. Children will sell cold water. Even if you take every Liberian carrying in America, they will still sell cold water. Good evening. Hello?
Yeah. Yeah, hello?
This is not Children's Show, please. So, you will find out that underage children still selling cold water. Children are being abused. Gender-based violence still on the increase. But yet people defend. In the render we defend. In the render we defend. You understand? Good evening.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, sorry, I just want to make something right for calling back.
They
now say when you get in certain position, you don't have to change your lifestyle. When you're not working, you get a good job. You have to do something you not used to do. You have to do it. You have to build some horses. You were in zero. You have to change your zero to concrete being. But they point here, they criticize, they pass government for everything. Even the shoe John wear, they will criticize. Say, yeah. They close you where they will put it on Facebook. Today they on Facebook. Today people will see there they naked. They went for birthday party. They divide money. Women official naked on swimming pool. Women naked. You not see it? You tell about the past government. Yeah, that's it. So somebody are speaking truth to power. God will really bless us. So get in that area because they know where they get it. God will bless you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So that's it. And we can say anything more than this. Look, if we need a new Liberia, we always say this. It's not about taking everybody carrying them to America. It's about developing the mind. Let the minds be developed. Because yesterday you said it was not good, but today it is good. And you said you can talk about it. Sexual harassment, child abuse, bad labor practices still continue. But yet we say, oh, Liberia is doing well. Look, some of the roads, even people posting, say, oh, they wrote this, they wrote that. You know, I don't want to talk about them because when we talk about them, people say, oh, you don't let it go. Man. Good evening. Hello?
Yeah.
So I just visited Nima, for example. If you see some of the roads, you feel bad. You see Ganta to Seglepe road, people posting all on social media, all quota. People go and post half quota along the place. They play the quota, start to take the picture and post it. When is the government not doing well? Government is doing well to some extent. But speak the reality. Speak the reality. Look, say what is truth. Because if you don't say what is true tomorrow, it will haunt you. People, I can see people holding the president post, oh, the first 100 days car will not be stuck. And Liberians were not fast to think about, look, the first 100 days of the president was a dry season. And nowhere in this country, dry season was a road back, I can hear him out. What a road by any kind of way in Jackson, your bounce man, you were not hitting mud. But people were not smart to think about these things. Today, travel from here to Seclepier. From Cocopa to Seclepier is mud. From Cocopa to Seclepier is mud. It's muddy. But here they say, oh, the quota has been completed. Quota and read Grand Gile. How true is that? We take a point of time, we go, we see these things. We don't just sit here to talk. Visit the rural community. Know the challenge, the drinking water, people drinking, people still drink. Look, bridges, people travel all in the rural places. It tells you that the resources the country got, few people just enjoying it. You sit here, people less than 2 years, people build storage buildings for themselves. Yes, like she said, she made a point in life. That's why the vice president, when he was then a representative, he said my friend had changed, and people held that for content. You know, they held that against him. And he was not wrong. To some extent, when you ascend, the more you exceed in life, there are things that change around you. But look, the very thing you know that you will do, when you know you can do it, when somebody doing it, don't say, oh, while a person, you know you can rub cream. When somebody rubbing cream, you say, well, let me have bleaching. But you, when you get the opportunity, you will do it. Don't criticize. Constructively, everybody can share idea to develop the country, but is the ruling party waiting to accept criticism? Good evening.
Yeah, how are you?
What is your name and where you come from?
I'm Pastor Gary calling from Kumo Farm.
Go ahead.
One thing that confused me, the after declaration, after the confirmation from the Senegal.
We will talk about that tomorrow. We'll talk about the ombudsman decision, the access declaration, how many people now feel. We'll talk about that tomorrow.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Tomorrow we're going to talk about the access declaration. So those are things. People violating the Constitution. What the law say it should be, people leave it aside. You know how many presidents in the country not declare access here, but they're still in position. And we'll talk about accountability. We're talking about accountability. So here we sit on this table. On this table, the table legs are very strong to discuss issues that confront Liberians and now how personal we should be on people, not how somebody think. No. Not how somebody's life is, but what affects Liberia? What affects the common people is what we should be talking about. Today, you still have insecurity. You still have insecurity. You wake up tomorrow morning, you wake up at the time, you see unknown person discover so, unknown men discover so, unknown women discover so. So these things still happen. This is a curse that Liberia cannot transform. We cannot progress. Let us think. Let's take a back. Look at our neighboring countries. Today we 178 years of independence. 200 plus years of creation. Yet, we still as Liberia. We still as we are. But hey, thanks all of you for your calls and contribution. We will not regret in discussing these matters. Our aim is not to denigrate any political party or any individual. Our objective is to make sure that the right thing is being done for Liberia and the common people are enjoying the benefit of the country. What the country has as a resources. That's what they should be enjoying. Indeed, join us tomorrow, Thursday, for the Thursday's edition of the program, The Round Table. And I'll be here again as we discuss national issue. Thanks all of you for your calls and contribution. I always love the diverse view of our callers. My name is Archie say Bob Yene. Remember, don't trouble before trouble troubles you. Have yourself a great day and good night.